This is the Philippines. It is one of the most important countries in Asia today. But around the world, it is seen as one of the poorest countries around, despite being dubbed as Asia's rising tiger for its phenomenal growth. But what stands out more is that its capital region is actually one of the most richest cities in the world. Today, we look at the economy of the Philippines. Metro Manila stands as the center of culture, economy, education, and government of the country. It has its own share of beautiful cultures, such as having the oldest zoo in Asia, and it even has one of the largest urban parks around the world. When we look at Metro Manila alone, it has a GDP per capita of $25,000. This means that the people living in this region are actually as rich as those who live in wealthier countries, such as Portugal, Saudi Arabia, and even close to South Korea. In fact, it is even designated as one of a few global power cities in the world. And when we look at the region's economic growth rate, it stands at an extremely high rate, at 7.5% annually. This means that this city alone far surpasses the growth of other major cities. Despite being a wealthy city, its rental spaces are actually the least expensive rental spots in Asia Pacific. And the effect of this is that more and more global firms around the world have been seeking to outsource business processes in the country. There are a lot of factors as to why this city and the country is growing rapidly. One of them is that the country has a high level of infrastructure spending, famously known as Build, 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 with a plan to spend a record of $170 billion. Besides the country's massive spending, foreign investors have also recently been investing in several forms of business. Aside from its capital, the Philippines is one of the largest holders of gold reserves, with over 200 tons, and over $100 billion worth of foreign cash reserves. And if the country wanted to, it could actually pay down every single debt the country owes. The Philippines also boasts some of the largest job markets in the world. Today, it is a world leader in business process outsourcing. This is relatively for the call center industry. The country is also the largest exporter of employment, with over 10 million Filipinos that work abroad. This means that in every 10 Filipinos, one of them is working abroad. The reason why there is so much Filipinos being hired elsewhere in the world is that the country is known to speak English fluently. In fact, it is even argued as the easiest accents to understand. We could probably thank the government for this, as the biggest budget policy actually goes to education, spending over 15% of it. The country's main export partners come from Japan, the United States, China, and Hong Kong. While Hong Kong is a small country, it's actually one of the biggest importers of the famous alcohol brand San Miguel. Besides alcohol, the country is also a top exporter of fruits and fishes, and is also the world's largest producer of coconuts, pineapples, and sugar canes. The Philippines is also a major player in the shipbuilding industry, being the fourth largest in the world. This could be the reason why there are a lot of people that are working in the maritime industry. Tourism in the country is also one of the highest in the world, with over 9 million recorded visitors in 2019, and most of these come from South Korea. In fact, the country is projected to be the fourth largest economy in Asia, only behind China, India, and Japan, and will surpass economic giants such as South Korea, Indonesia, and Malaysia by 2060. In conclusion, if you ever thought that the Philippines has not been expanding lately and has been falling behind around the world, then this video might as well change your mind. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. See you next time.